So JJ, you got nominated for an award, the OC Business Journal Entrepreneur of the Year Award. Can you tell us a little bit about the award and what it means to you?
Yeah, thanks, Travis. So, as it turns out, this is the sixth time I've been nominated for this award. And the Orange County Business Journal has a wonderful event where they recognize people in our community that embrace and push entrepreneurship in general forward. And I guess that's coming up in a few weeks, and it's my honor to be nominated again.
So why do you think that they nominated you for the award? Was it just because of your good looks or was it something else?
Ah, that's an interesting point. I hadn't thought of the my physical appearance and its uh, impact. But that aside, it's I think it's what I do in the community, which is a sum of everything that I have done for a number of decades. So I'm a Silicon Valley guy by origin and, lived through the 80s and the 90s in that community. And I learned a lot from that working with startups um, and also doing my own startups at that time. And then from there, I transitioned to a Wall Street function, which was helping companies go public. So once again, I'm working with the startups. And then in the early 2000s, I, on a lark, transitioned into teaching at Cal State Fullerton. I was the first marketing instructor for the Entrepreneurship Program, and that kind of took on a life of its own, and it redefined my path, which today I'm full-time professor teaching new venture creation and launch. I'm director of the Center for Entrepreneurship and our incubator, and I'm also an angel investor. So with all of that, it's that accumulated experience and activity kind of sits me right in the middle of startup land here in Orange County.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll list some of the things that you've added to the center's role in the community. So in addition to all the students, and we have what, about a couple hundred students in the program at any given time?
Yeah, we're a boutique program. So Cal State Fullerton's what, 43,000 students, and there's nearly 10,000 business students. We're the second largest in the nation in terms of a business college or school. And then entrepreneurship, yeah, we're a boutique. We're in the low 100s in terms of students who study entrepreneurship. And they're a special group. They're curious, they're outliers. They, I think most, if you sat down with them, would say they don't want to go to work for Bank of America or Amazon, but they want to do something cool or innovative or different. And so that's the appeal of the entrepreneurship major in effect. And then our students, they all have side hustles and great aspirations. So it's really a pleasure to work with them. It's a innovative, exciting group.
So in addition to that, there's of course Sigma Upsilon Mu, some of the other student clubs that are dedicated to entrepreneurship. During your tenure, I know of a couple of different competitions that got started, the business plan competition, and that kind of gave way to the Tight and Fast Pitch competition, which brings together university students, high school students, middle school students all over the region to pitch their innovative ideas. Let me see, what else is there? Oh, well, the CSUF Startup Incubator, right? Over 100 different startups have matriculated through that program. And then more recently, international expansion with groups like Yuki, teaching entrepreneurship in that case to women in India primarily, but also all over the world. And I'm sure that there's some things that I'm missing in there. So it's having a pretty big impact, the center and what you've done over the last couple of decades.
Yeah, I like to think so. And the commonality of everything you talked about is the curriculum, which is entrepreneurship and new venture creation, but it's the collaboration in the community, whether you define the community as North Orange County or as New Delhi, right? And so it's working with the startups that are in our community. And I really have to recognize our mentors who are a critical element in our ability to scale and do all these things. So the Center for Entrepreneurship has 400 registered volunteers who function as classroom mentors, incubator mentors, panelists to evaluate business plans. And these people are all walks of life. I mean, they're recent grads through retirees. I would say most are veterans of the business community, as I say veterans, although some are military veterans, but they're at a point in their lives where they want to give back, and they have experience leading a startup, managing a company, and they also have content expertise. And they're just a natural complement to our work with the students. So when I reflect on all the different things that you listed, wow, one thing in common is we've got a great group of folks who are outside the faculty and who give up their time, and for that I'm truly grateful.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things I noticed first as a student, then coming to work at the center and the incubator and all that other stuff was really that community was a central ethos to what you were building at the center. So you got the mentors, and they're helping the students as they do consulting projects with local businesses and nonprofits, helping incubator companies get up off the ground and launch. And then also guest speakers. So it helps to really augment what is being taught in the classroom just from the book with, real life examples, real life lessons that the students can learn from and the startup founders can learn from. And is that something that when you started out, you intentionally wanted to help foster, or is it something that you realized along the way was really important?
It's interesting. So despite my experience that I was talking about that I brought to the classroom as a faculty, I was keenly aware of what I also didn't know. And I was aware that there are others that are far more expert than me. We had mentors in the classroom, but not near at the volume that we do today. And I expanded the role of the mentor as well as I increased the mentors in total count. So that was very deliberate. But the reason was is I recognize their value. And I was so pleased to discover that there are people of great integrity, of good intention, who wanted to help and that did help. And in fact, I've got mentors in the classroom today that have been mentors with me in my classroom for over 20 years. And so it says, well, with all their contributions, they're getting something in return. They're getting a reward. So that's very meaningful.
Yeah, absolutely. Entrepreneurship, this is something that we've talked about more than once, many times really, is that entrepreneurship itself isn't, an individual activity. It's a group activity. It takes a team to start a business, and you kind of really help to foster that ethos with the students, get them in that frame of mind from the get-go. And it's something that is really powerful for the program. But one of the questions I always ask is if you could give advice to yourself or maybe to a current student, what advice would that be?
Yeah, so in keeping with the entrepreneurial mindset, it would be to challenge the status quo, to always ask why we're doing something now, and to problem solve. So there are day-to-day challenges that as individuals, as a consumer, as a business person, as a student, as a faculty that you see. And part of our, I think, upbringing is to somehow navigate that and tolerate it. Well, with entrepreneurship, we're saying, well, wait a minute, maybe we can do this better. So what is this problem exactly, and who has it, and how might we resolve it and improve things? And it might just be a pivot of a degree or two in terms of the path, or it might be a total reinvention. I think there's mythology that entrepreneurship and specifically new venture creation is inventing something totally new. Well, it could be, but oftentimes if you just add an improvement, a new feature or a benefit to an existing product or process, you can dramatically increase its value to the customer or the end user. And so I think that that's where the real magic is, and it's just being open. And that means you also have to let go of current processes and procedures and norms. And that's for me, that's really cool. Uh, so it's part of my personality and then part of my heritage.
We've talked a lot about the past, what you've done, what the center and the incubator have done. What about the future? I know that SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship is coming up on April 19th, so just a little bit over a month away, about a month and a half away. What are your thoughts about that event, and just in general, what's in store for the future for the center?
Southern California Celebrates Entrepreneurs is an event that's a collaborative event with 7 or 8 other colleges and universities in our community. And I believe this is the 5th year coming up. And what's extraordinary is the collaboration itself, the fact that the directors of Centers for Entrepreneurship at all these different universities and colleges are working on a shared event. Now, it will be at Cal State Fullerton on Saturday, April 19th, but it's actually an event that is hosted by us all. And it's in recognition of the university and the college's roles in that ecosystem. But at the event are going to be investors, bankers, startups, service providers, successful entrepreneurs, students, etc. So it's going to be a great, great event, and I'm looking forward to it. When I look at the Center for Entrepreneurship and the Entrepreneurship Program with us at Cal State Fullerton, we have a couple of significant new doorways that have opened to us. We received a very significant grant from the state of California in collaboration with a social impact organization called RevHub. And the grant is named North Star, and it challenged us to embrace social enterprise, specifically in North Orange County. And a social enterprise is a company that makes money, but also has a mission to help people and make the planet better. And candidly, that was just a nice fit with the mission of our college and also of our program. So our Gen Z students absolutely get the value prop of social entrepreneurship. And so it's a natural of making economic impact and social impact. Now, one of the outcomes of that effort the last couple of years is we discovered that, oh, well, that language, that process, the curriculum is rather universal. And through a series of events that are almost serendipity, we connected with a organization based out of India called Yuki, Yuukke, and their charter is to help women entrepreneurs create companies and whether they're startups, family-owned businesses, or small businesses. And what's remarkable is how universal our work is. And so, yeah, we can collaborate with a startup in Anaheim or a student at Cal State Fullerton, but that same concept, the same language is directly applicable in Bombay. And that one has just been a tremendous success story for us. We've collaborated with about 1,000 women entrepreneurs over the past couple of years. And the team pulling that together, which includes yourself and Victor Macias on the Yuki effort, wow, that has just been an opportunity that I wouldn't have forecasted as recently as 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's definitely been a great experience. I've loved every second of it. So this is your sixth nomination?
I believe that's correct. Yes, sir. Yeah.
No victories yet?
Well, it's an honor to be nominated, and so I'll accept the camera's focus on me for a few minutes before they give to the award winner. So thanks for that.
All right. Do you think you're going to win this time?
You know, I don't know. So we'll I don't know what Las Vegas is saying. Well, we ought to check that out.
Yeah, I'll check the betting books and get back to you on that.
I was going to say, you know, something else that we do, a couple of the things we do. One is the Startup Incubator. And that has been in place for, I guess, for over 8 years now. And it is a support system for an early stage startup, which could include our students, but it's as likely or maybe more likely to be community members who recognize that they can't go at it alone. And in fact, starting a company is difficult and they can benefit from the coaching from others. And as I reflect, we've worked with over 100 startups in our community, and that has been an exhilarating experience. And we're looking forward to that continuing and maybe even expanding our focus, which has been hyper local in Orange County, to maybe a more global approach to supporting early stage startups. And then something else that we have done, I think it's for 11 or 12 years, is actually the Titan Fast Pitch, which started as a small little pitch contest, which has grown to a multi-headed event that includes university and college students from anywhere, high school students, and junior high students. And it is just a fun event. And I know some in the audience are saying, middle school? Well, actually, don't underestimate the heart of a 12-year-old with an idea. The middle schoolers' presentations are exemplary. And that's probably the funnest part of the event for me.
Yeah, and some of those middle school students do presentations that are better than some of the university students. I don't know if that's a poor reflection on us or on the university students, but yeah, it's definitely true. Speaking of that, it triggered in my mind one of the pieces of advice that you gave me early on when I started working with you, which was always to have a call to action, a CTA, for communications. So last question, how can people get involved with the center and the incubator and everything that you do?
Truthfully, there are many ways. And so for the community members that may see this video, come back and visit us. If you're an alum, get acquainted with us. We need mentors in the classroom, guest speakers. For the alums, you're always welcome back and to tell your stories and to get involved. Our center is self-sustaining, and in that capacity, all the expenses of our program are supported by the community. So our board members, our donors, our sponsors, and we're a state university, and they give us a place to live. What is a classroom and an office, but all the expenses of what we do, we have to fundraise, we have to underwrite ourselves. So we're always looking for assistance in kind, cash, or otherwise. So please follow up with our contact information. You can contact me directly. We'll include a link of where you can donate and help us.
So JJ, I think that is it. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about before we head off to do other things?
No, it's just my honor to serve, and I'm grateful for the nomination, and I look forward to the event itself and continuing to carry the flame for entrepreneurship in our community. So thank you so much.